Well, good morning. It is August 23rd, day 104, and I'm currently on a rock ledge right now. Let me show you what I can see. Pretty good view today. All right, so I've been hiking for about an hour, I suppose, maybe a little over an hour, and I'm in the middle of an ascent. The plan today is a little bit over 20 miles with quite a bit of climbing and descending. I think I'm going to climb over 6,000 feet today overall and descend over 4,000 feet. So it's going to be a strenuous day. And I know I mentioned it yesterday, but the big challenge today is there's a peak they call the Priest. And that peak alone has 3,000 feet of ascent over roughly 4 miles. So it's going to be a challenging day. I tried to get a relatively early start. I was out of my campsite before 6:30 to try and use as much day as I could, so I don't have to rush to get to where I'm trying to get to. All right, well, as always, if I see anything interesting along the way, I will grab a picture or some video. But for now, here's what the trail looks like. Completed the descent, the first descent, and about to cross the Thai River, and we get a suspension bridge. All right, let's a little bouncy. All right, so I've started the big climb about I guess less than a mile in. Stopped to get some water at a stream, and so I've got a little bit more than 3 miles to go, and it's going to be a steady uphill the whole way. Fortunately, it looks like there's going to be switchbacks for part of it. So that means it's not as steep. But it's still still going to be tough. All right, well, I think there's a couple of views along the way. If not along the way, then they're on the other side, on the descent. So hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of views in and see something besides, just the trees. Alrighty, well, here's what the trail looks like right now. About 2/3 through the climb up the Priest, and get a good view here into a valley and more ridges in the back. Looks like some agricultural land. Let's see, crops, open fields. There's it. I don't know how it's going to show up. There's some mountains way in the back. Alright, I've made the climb all the way up on the Priest, and this is actually just slightly on the descent on the other side, and we've got a good view here, I think to the north. All right, made it. It's about 5:30, so that took longer than I had planned. And there was some tough trail today. A lot more rocks than there had been the past in Shenandoah. Okay, so this area has been a little bit rockier, it's a little bit tougher to navigate through. You have to pay more attention. So that's the way it is. So I forget the name of this shelter. It's got two names. I'll put it in the I'll add a little subtitle there. But I am tired. We're a couple apple trees along the way, so I grabbed a couple apples just for some snack and get a little bit more vitamin C. Alright, well, coming up on the shelter, there it is. I'm gonna stop this in case there's somebody there already. Well, that's about it for the day. It's about 6:45 and no one else has shown up yet. But somebody else might show up. I was so tired. I just set up my sleeping pad and stuff up in the shelter, and I'm just going to use that tonight. It's a nice night. It would be good for the tent, but I just didn't feel like setting it up. A little lazy. Tomorrow is looking like an easier day. Only 15.8 miles, I think. Yeah, the getting up and over the Priest was challenging. And again, the terrain was a little tougher today and yesterday, really. So I'm hoping the terrain gets a little smoother tomorrow and the next day, because the next day I think I've got another 20 coming. and that'll get me into Glasgow. So I'm hoping I can move a little faster, because I'm going to need to get into town and do a resupply and everything. So I'm hoping that goes well. But still okay. Just tiring. It's going to be a nice cool night again. I don't think there's any clouds out there. So I'm not expecting any rain or anything. Just going to be, again, probably down about 50 degrees. So be relatively comfortable at night, and should sleep well, I hope. All right, well, if you've stuck through to the end, you know I appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow on the trail.